Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Logo Design Bootcamp, where every week we choose another letter of the alphabet, starting from A, B, and now we're at C, and we're going to create a fictitious logo for you to learn from and become a better graphic artist in the end. With my love for cats, my passion for animals in general, but my cats, I figured that this week I would create a logo based on cats. But before I show you the logo, I just want to introduce you to Emma, which is, I think she's choking me right now. So she's just like my little parrot on my shoulder. Watch me do a little trick like this. Watch what happens. All right, she just holds on. So this is Emma. This is a kitten that we found years ago, 3 days old, and bottle fed her. This is kitty cat number 2. This is PETA. It's an acronym for pain in the ass. This is actually Emma's brother, who we also found at 3 days old, bottle fed, a long time back. And he's a very good cat, but he's probably going to cry in a second and want to jump down because he's kind of camera shy, not like his dad. This is our old lady cat. Her name is TC, and she gives hugs. Watch, ready? She's giving me a hug. Thank you, Mama. We call her Mama, too, because she's the old lady of the group. Last but not least, this is Chubby Cat Cinnamon. And his name is just Cinnamon. And it also starts with the letter C. I'm not doing a logo on Cinnamon, but I am doing a logo called Chubby Cat, because these cats eat so much and they all got big fat bellies, which is what we want them to have. We want them to be nice and healthy. So the logo I have designed for you all to learn today is called Chubby Cat, and it is a feline treat, you'd say. When they behave, which they hardly ever do, especially orange cats, they get a treat as a reward. This logo is a really simple 2-color logo, and I also designed the packaging around it just to make it more believable. Like I said, it's a very simple logo, and in your mind, you're kind of wondering, where could this go? How could this be? Visualizing it is always going to help you a lot more. You can see a plain Jane logo, but once you see it on a marketing piece and there's all other elements around, it does change the character of it a little bit. So that's what my whole theory was behind this. Let's get into it. Let me critique this for you. Okay, so as I said, this logo is pretty simple. I'm going to critique this whole packaging real quick, although this is not something I'm going to be designing for you. The packaging, it consists of a couple cool things. I had it as kind of an idea of like a shaker where you kind of, turn it over, shake it, and they pour out type of deal. So it will be kind of cylindrical, maybe plastic, something like that. It's got kind of like these grips in here to be able to hold it. But it was kind of just, an additive at the end just to throw it together real quick. We have the colors of the blue and the brown, which I wanted to go for. The red works also with it. Throw these strips up here with the, it says chicken flavor, and we got this under here. QR code, some dummy text right there, just to kind of, visualize what it could look like if it was real. And the fun part about it was I was able to include my 4 crazy cats in there. So I just got some random quick shots of them from my iPhone and then throw them in there. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to take this logo and we're going to separate it out of here and we're going to build this logo. This logo is pretty simple. It's Chubby Cat. If you see, this is actually the back side of a cat, the rear end. And it's a chubby cat. So he's nice and big in the back, and his head is very far away and tiny. And I took into consideration the fact that when you see things that are closer, just like when you're drawing a human figure, things that are closer to you are generally going to be darker, I believe. They're going to be thicker lines. So things that are further away are going to be a little bit lighter. And if you look in here, the lighter lines are the ones in the back, and the thicker ones are the ones up front, because that's the closest thing to you. If you think about it, it makes sense. So we're going to come to our text tool, and we're going to type in the word chubby. And I found a free font on the internet to use, and this is it right here. I'll make this guy a little bit bigger. Okay, and we're going to create outlines on this by going to Object, Type, Create Outlines. And in this case, I'm going to go to my eyedropper. I'm going to select this reddish pink. All right, so I have that same color. The word cat. Let's see. What font was that? C-A-T. You know, in this case, let's change it to this font. And we will outline it in this case. Why not? Put some red on that. Now, the way that we get these arcs right here is basically just taking an ellipse tool, and I'm not going to make the proportions exact. I'm going to change it a little bit, but making one circle and filling it. Now we want to copy this over. So we want to hold Option, click, and move, and hold the Shift button while you're doing that, so it moves it in proportion. It doesn't move it all around the page. Lay that on top. Select these two objects, go to minus front, and it's going to subtract the front object from the back object. So now we got this little backside type of shape. Make that a little smaller. And I'm going to create the bottom foot over here, just like so. It was a little wider on the original. And obviously that looks kind of stupid the way that is. So what I did was I came over here to the pen tool, and I'm going to subtract a shape from the main shape. By making a shape like that, I'm going to move the foot right back where it needs to be. I'm going to take this shape, and I'm going to change another color so you can see. I'm going to make it green. And as long as this green is on top of this red shape, we're going to select both, and we're going to minus the front. And there is our foot. Foot number 1. Fix that up a little bit. Okay. And we're going to select both of these elements. We're going to hold Option, click, and Shift. That's how you copy. We're going to come over here to the Reflect tool, flip it around, like so. And we're going to fill this area in with the word cat so it's more proportional. Select both of these and move them up. Okay. Already there's something wrong. What is wrong is that my feet are way too small. We're not going to worry about that in this case. To do the top, the area is very simple. Just like before, we're going to make a circle. And we're going to Option, click Shift to copy it. And we're going to cut that out. Going to make the back of the neck. And we're going to sample this red color. I'm just eyeing this up right now. Flip. I want to copy that over like I just did. All right. And the last shape I want to make is the ears up here, which are pretty self-explanatory. The way that you do that is you take the pen tool and you come around. I will change another color. Let's see. Change it to pink. And we're going to outline those ears. There we go. And now we're going to create 2 more little things right here. And you can change the individual shapes of these later, make the ends pointy and stuff like that. Alright, we're going to select 1, 2, 3 pink shapes. We're going to group them by hitting Command G. Apple G, excuse me. And we're going to pull that bad boy over here. And now we got our cat. And the last thing we're going to do is add our tail. And the way that you do the tail is, I did this in the letter B tutorial, but I'm going to show you again because it's very important. We're going to make a brush, all right? In the end, the brush is going to go from a big brush to a small end, no matter what kind of shape we make it. And what I mean by that is we're going to come over to our rounded rectangle. We're going to make a rectangle, and we're going to fill it with, let's fill it with this brown. And we're going to make one end really thin. And so I'm going to click the pen, and we're going to go to the delete anchor point tool. We're going to delete an anchor point there, which is not deleting. There we go. Okay, so you notice how it goes really thick to really thin. All right, we're going to select this. We're going to come to our brushes, hit the drop down, new brush, new art brush, hit OK. And the direction we want to go in is that direction from left to right. We're going to hit OK. And now basically, whatever I do with the brush, it's going to be thick on the left and thin to the right. It's really, really cool. So we can do like a circle in like that. And in this case, I just decided to do a really simple shape like that. It is a stroke, so you can make the weight of it heavier by coming to it here and doing that to make it proportional to the cat. And that's it on how you make the Chubby Cat logo. Really simple, yet when put on a marketing a marketing piece over here is very effective. So I'm going to put that back on there so you can see it. Obviously the ears are locked, so let's move that over. That's an effective logo right there.